Welcome to Relaxed Reddit Readings. Today we have 4 Reddit stories for you. Reddit stories that will leave you speechless. Story 1. Mom wants me to order ferret sauce at Mexican restaurant. So my mom just embarrassed me so badly at a Mexican restaurant that I'm considering never eating out with her again. Here's the thing about my mom Debbie, she's in her early 60s, never left our state, rarely leaves our hometown, and thinks ranch dressing is spicy. That's the level we're dealing with here. Now normally we go out to dinner a couple times a month, and surprisingly she actually likes Mexican food. But she has this habit of absolutely butchering the pronunciation of Spanish words and it's mortifying. Like she says tortilla like it rhymes with gorilla and jalapeno like jalapeno. I've tried correcting her so many times but she just doesn't get it. So we're at this new Mexican place the other day and I'm looking at the menu when I hear her ask the waiter, "Excuse me, do you have ferret sauce?" The poor waiter looks confused and asks what she means. She points to the menu and says it again, ferret sauce. I look over and she's pointing at salsa verde. I quickly jumped in and said we'd like salsa verde, but the damage was done. The waiter was trying so hard not to laugh and I could feel my face turning red. After he left, I told her it's salsa verde, not ferret sauce. She got defensive and said that's what it looked like to her and I was being mean for correcting her. Then she started getting loud, saying I should be more patient with her and that she's trying her best. Other customers were starting to stare. I told her we should probably just go, paid for our drinks, and left. She's been giving me the silent treatment ever since, saying I embarrassed her by making her feel stupid. My dad thinks I should apologize and just accept that this is how she is. He says she can't help mispronouncing things and I'm being too harsh. But honestly, I'm 31 years old and I'm tired of being embarrassed every time we go out. It's not just the mispronunciations, she gets defensive and loud when corrected, which makes everything worse. Part of me feels bad because I know she really was trying, and maybe I could have handled it better. But another part of me thinks she should make an effort to learn, especially since we go to Mexican restaurants regularly. Should I have just let her order ferret sauce and moved on? If you're enjoying these stories, hit that like button and let me know in the comments which story you relate to the most. Story 2. Husband won't let me sing in my own home. So my husband basically wants to ban me from singing in my own house and I don't know what to do about it. I'm a pretty decent singer, not American Idol level but good enough that people compliment my voice and I used to do competitive karaoke. The thing is, I sing all the time. It's just part of who I am. I'll hum little ditties walking from room to room, belt out songs while doing dishes, sing along to the radio in the car. It makes me happy and honestly, I didn't even realize I was doing it half the time until my husband started complaining. Apparently he has very specific musical preferences. He only likes hearing songs sung by the original artists, not regular people singing them. He also hates most of the genres I enjoy. So basically every time I sing, it annoys him. At first he'd just make little comments like, "Do you have to sing right now?" or he'd turn up the TV when I was singing. I thought maybe he was just having a bad day or something. But then it escalated. He started asking me to stop singing entirely. Not just when he's trying to watch something or work, but all the time. He says my singing is distracting and he can't concentrate when I do it. The breaking point came last week when I was making dinner and singing along to music on my phone. It was nothing loud or crazy, just me enjoying myself while I cooked. He came into the kitchen and told me I needed to stop because he was trying to read in the living room. I said I was just making dinner and it wasn't that loud, but he insisted it was bothering him. Then he suggested I should just listen to music with headphones if I want to sing along, or maybe take up singing as a hobby outside the house. Outside the house. Like I need permission to express myself in my own home. I told him that singing makes me happy and I shouldn't have to hide it or leave the house to do something so harmless. He said I was being inconsiderate and that marriage is about compromise. But here's the thing, what exactly is he compromising? He gets to listen to whatever he wants, whenever he wants. He watches TV shows I don't like, plays video games with sound that I find annoying, but I don't ask him to stop because that's what you do when you live with someone. Now he's saying if I don't stop singing, he might start wearing noise-canceling headphones around the house or spending more time away from home. Honestly, part of me wants to say go ahead, but that seems like a pretty extreme reaction to your wife singing while she does chores. My friends think he's being ridiculous and controlling, but he insists he's just asking for basic consideration. Am I really being that unreasonable here? Story 3. Refused to serve food at my mom's wake. So I just lost my mom to cancer and I'm apparently a terrible person because I wouldn't serve snacks at her wake. I'm still a teenager and honestly, I'm not handling this well at all. My mom fought cancer for a long time and watching her go through that was devastating. When she finally passed, I felt completely numb and broken. The wake was supposed to be a time to honor her memory, but it turned into this nightmare where I felt like I was failing everyone. Here's what happened. During the wake, people kept coming to pay their respects, which I appreciated. But every single time someone showed up, my grandmother would tell me to go serve them food and drinks. I get it, it's a way to show respect and gratitude to people who took the time to come. That's what you're supposed to do culturally. But emotionally, I just couldn't handle it. I wanted to sit quietly and grieve. I wanted to be left alone with my thoughts about my mom. Instead, I felt like I was working as a server at my own mother's funeral. The worst incident happened when a family friend arrived. My grandmother immediately turned to me and said I needed to go get them refreshments. I just sat there frozen. I couldn't make myself get up. I was thinking about my mom and feeling overwhelmed by everything. My grandmother got frustrated and said it again, louder this time. When I still didn't move, she got really upset. She started telling me how disrespectful I was being, how my mom would be disappointed in me, and how I was embarrassing our family in front of guests. She said I was being selfish and only thinking about myself when I should be honoring the people who came to support us. That completely broke me. I started crying and told her I just wanted to grieve my mom in peace. She said grief wasn't an excuse for bad manners and that part of honoring my mom was taking care of the people who loved her. The whole thing turned into this awful scene where I'm sobbing, she's lecturing me, and guests are standing there not knowing what to do. Some relatives sided with my grandmother, saying that serving guests is just what you do and I needed to pull myself together. Others said I was clearly struggling and should be given space to grieve however I needed to. The family friend ended up getting their own refreshments and tried to tell me it was okay, but I felt horrible about the whole thing. Now some family members are still upset with me. They think I was disrespectful and selfish during an important moment. My grandmother keeps bringing it up, saying I let the family down when we needed to present a united front. But honestly, I was barely keeping it together that day. I felt like everyone expected me to perform normalcy when my world had just collapsed. Was I wrong to prioritize my grief over social expectations? Story 4. My roommate crashed my boyfriend's bike twice. So my roommate has now crashed my boyfriend's motorcycle twice and she thinks I'm the problem for supporting him. This whole situation is absolutely insane and I don't know how it got this far. My roommate and I are supposed to be close friends, which makes this even more complicated. The first crash happened about 8 months ago. She was drunk and backed into his bike in our driveway. It was mostly cosmetic damage, but still expensive to fix. She immediately promised to pay for the repairs and seemed genuinely sorry about the whole thing. But when my boyfriend got the estimate and showed her the bill, she completely changed her tune. Suddenly it was too expensive and she couldn't afford it. She said they could work it out through her insurance instead, but then she never actually filed a claim or followed through with anything. My boyfriend ended up paying for those repairs himself just to get his bike fixed. We were frustrated but decided to let it go since accidents happen and we didn't want to ruin our friendship over money. Fast forward to last week and I cannot believe what happened. She hit his bike again. But this time it wasn't just one impact, she hit it with her car, then when she tried to lift the motorcycle back up, she knocked it over on the other side, causing even more damage. The gear shift is messed up and the bike can't even be ridden safely now. When my boyfriend saw what happened, he was understandably upset. This isn't just transportation for him, he's really passionate about motorcycles and takes great care of his bike. He told her she needed to pay for the damages this time, no excuses. But she immediately got defensive and started making excuses about how it was an accident and these things happen. She actually had the nerve to suggest that maybe he shouldn't park his bike in such a tight spot if he doesn't want it to get hit. Our driveway isn't even that tight, she's just not a careful driver. The repair estimate this time is pretty significant because of the mechanical damage. When we told her the amount, she said there was no way she could pay that much and started acting like we were trying to scam her. She suggested we get a second opinion, maybe find a cheaper repair shop, or see if some of the damage was pre-existing. I finally lost it and told her she needed to take responsibility for her actions. This is the second time she's damaged his property and she never even paid for the first incident. She can't just keep destroying other people's things and expect them to absorb the cost. That's when she turned on me and said I was choosing my boyfriend over our friendship. She accused me of ganging up on her and being unsupportive when she's clearly struggling financially. She said a real friend would understand that accidents happen and wouldn't try to ruin her financially over something that wasn't intentional. But here's the thing, intent doesn't matter when you're talking about taking responsibility for damage you caused. And this is the second time, which makes it feel less like a random accident and more like carelessness she refuses to address. Now she's giving me the silent treatment and telling mutual friends that I've turned against her. Some people are saying I should be more understanding since we're friends and she's having money troubles. But I feel like being friends doesn't mean she gets to damage our property without consequences. Should I really have to choose between supporting my boyfriend and keeping peace with my roommate? If you enjoyed these stories, drop a comment telling me which one was your favorite. And if you want more relaxed Reddit readings, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these stories, like, comment and subscribe for more relaxed Reddit readings.